Greetings everyone. Today I'm going to discuss on how to implement or set up a cloud content delivery network and ensure that the data is secure and accessible with the proper permissions. So I'll straight away go to my Amazon account, and with this I'm going to be picking everything from the bucket. So I'll go and create a bucket under S3. So when I click on S3, I'm going to create there a bucket. So I'll click on create bucket, and then I want to give it a name, and this is my CDN demo. And then from there, I'll leave the rest to the default. Also this, I'll block all the public access because I don't want it to be accessed publicly. It should be accessed after me granting the permissions. So everything leaving them to default, I'll simply click on create bucket. So my bucket is created. As you can see here, my CDN demo, it's already there. So I can view the details or enter into my bucket, and then there I'm going to upload uh, my web page. I have created only a simple web page, which I'm really going to use for demonstration purposes. So I'll simply click on upload, and then I'm going to upload that web page, which is a file in particular. So I'll simply choose my index web page and click open, and then from there I'll simply upload it. All right, so the process will take of uploading my web page is complete, and as you can see, it is they are saying upload succeeded. All right, so I can close this, and if I can click on my web page here, ideally, for me to be able to access it, I would use this object URL. So the moment I copy it and paste it in my web browser, I should be in a position to access it. But because I blocked all the public access, that's why they are denying me access. So for that matter, therefore, that simply means that I'll have to go and implement the CDN, or the content delivery network. So alternatively, actually I could access this using a predefined URL, which gives a temporary access by simply clicking on open. So when I click on open, it will be able to open my web page. This is actually my web page, but here I'm just accessing it temporarily. So I will simply uh, go back. So here I have my bucket with everything. My student demo is there. All right. So with this, I'm going to look for CloudFront. That's what I'm going to use to be able to carry on my uh, demonstration. So I'll click on CloudFront, and once CloudFront loads, I will be able now to create a CloudFront distribution. This is the one that is going to be picking things from the S3 bucket, from my S3 bucket which I've created, and be able to avail them to the public. So I'll click on create cloud distribution, and then here I want to give it um, give it an origin domain, and this origin domain I will be referring to my bucket which I created in S3. All right, then the rest I can leave them to default, but with this I'm going to give it the origin access control, because I really want to be accessing it from the origin. And then here I have to select an origin access, but for now I don't have any there. Let me just create a new one. With this, I need to emphasize that the origin type is from S3 because I've created my bucket in S3. So I will simply click on create, and then that will be created. They are giving me a warning, and they are saying I must update the S3 bucket policy. Why? I left the public access blocked, so I blocked the entire public access. So that means I'll have to update my policy so that it can be accessed. The rest I'll leave them to the default, and then maybe I'll just I will check this do not enable security protections. I don't need to have them enabled. Let me just use that option, and then I will just give the default root object as index.html. That is my web page, and then the rest can remain. I click on create distribution. All right, so my distribution has been, it has successfully created a new distribution. However, I have to first update uh, my bucket policy. So I'll simply copy the policy and then I'll open the S3 bucket permission to update the policy in another tab. And then from there, I'll go to the section for permissions. I'll go to the section, yes, to the section for permissions. And then from there, I have to go straight to the bucket policy here. So I'll click on edit, and that's where I'll be able to get the section where to paste my policy. So this one, basically, it says the effect is to simply allow uh, access the CloudFront to access my S3 bucket and be able to access everything that is there. So after pasting my policy there, I'll have to click on save the changes. After saving the changes with this, so you can see successfully edited the bucket policy. Now I can go back here and I can close this. I can equally close this. So after having all this, so you can see here last modified, this section is saying it is deploying. It will take a couple of minutes to deploy, and then after it has finished deploying, that means I'll be able to use this distribution domain name, access my web page. For now that is still deploying, I may not be able to access it. Let's just wait for a few minutes, and then after it has finished deploying, we shall be able to access our web page. So if we can check here on last modified, it has finished deploying. And so now I can use this distribution domain name. If I can copy it and then paste it in the web browser, there I should be in position to access our web page. Yeah, so it's here. So for now, what it has loaded is the default one. So if I can refresh, so the one that is loaded next is the cached one. So now anybody from anywhere who can be having the link can be able to access it. So that's how the content delivery network can be set up, and it is secure in that whoever has permission to access this web page is the only one who can access it. So it cannot just be accessed publicly. So that's what I had to demonstrate. Thank you very much.